Guys, what's up? Another episode of Fit in 10 with Kevin and Greg and wherever you are.
What's up? What's
And
going
so
on?
talking to you guys about the power of your words. How does what comes out of your mouth affect your physical performance? So I wanted to throw the baton to you. Start us off.
Well, we were just talking about this. What do we want to talk about today? And the trend keeps coming up of how we talk to ourselves and when we use certain things as the diet. Well, this is how I am. Or we tell ourselves all these negative things and we use can't and I hope and I wish and versus I'm going to, I am. The two most powerful words, I am. It's a whole movie on that.
Wow.
That is what people don't really grasp. That when they jump into a program or nutrition, they're just thinking, I just need to lose 10 pounds. And what do I need to eat? Or it starts well beyond that, or well in front of that is how are you talking to yourself?
Right. And, that's some, we're both we started with P90X. Tony Horton in the very first video, the beginning of the very first video, this is what honestly kept me on track when I started. He said, forget I can't, say I presently struggle with.
Yes.
And I said, okay. And I bought the idea, and now I'm doing pull-ups like a crazy man. At one point I could do a one-handed pull-up and just knocking them out, and it was because if I would have said, oh, I can't do a pull-up, boom, just wrap chains around myself. And I'm going to be right. Whether you say you can or you can't, you're right. And on
congratulations, you are correct.
It even fits on the diet, right? Like, I just can't live without Oreos. Well, you're right. And the truth of the matter is you can. It's just
I'm proof of that.
Right.
I'm proving that you don't have to have Oreos. You can have Doritos once in a while, but
and for all the audience listening in, I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Can't live without peanut butter. Now I just said that, right? I've been a month and a half without peanut butter. So, you know what? It's possible. If I put my mind to it, I can do it. I just choose not to. And at the end of the day, it's our own decision,
No, and that usually gives you an out by saying, I can't do that, or I just don't have that willpower. It's a common one. I don't have the willpower. But
right.
You do. You're just using that as a crutch and say, if I fall off, well, it's because I don't have the willpower.
Well, it's really why power, right? Connecting with your reason for why you started. If your reason for doing this is, for me, it was breaking free of my depression and my shyness and getting off all my medicine. So I wanted it different for my life. And so that is what pushed me to say I can. And the power of just thinking that it's possible for you, you've got to believe that you can reach your goals. If you don't believe it's possible, I don't care what program you're doing, it's not going to be possible because you're going to find a way subconsciously to self-destruct yourself.
And when I talk to people at the beginning of their stages of wanting to jump in with a new fitness program or if it's nutrition, it's so clear because I got a little bit of a background noise there, sorry, is that it's so clear to me when they're talking that they just don't even believe it right away. They don't even see it. They immediately say, well, I'll give it a try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
No, it's not going to happen.
Yes.
When you say you'll try, you're just admitting failure. You're just saying, I'm not going to, it's okay if I, but when you change that, and this is how I become now, if I want to do something, I say it with force, and then I'm going to do it. And I won't stop until it's done.
Right. That's so true.
It's a shift. That's all it is. I'm no different of a person. My mind is different.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm actually going to make a post, so shout out to my Instagram. It's coming out to you guys later tonight, but wherever it is. But I'm going to make a post. You've got to work on you more than anything else. You've got to work on you more than you work out in the gym. You've got to work on you more than you work on your nutrition plan. Because at the end of the day, you can be shredded and you can have abs and all this stuff, but you can still be self-conscious about or having all that negative self-talk going on and not feeling confident in your own skin, you can still have that mentality if you're not focusing on health and developing your character and developing yourself. That's really what this is about, is it starts a chain reaction. When you start to improve one area of your life and have that positive mental attitude, it will help other areas of your life.
Yeah, you can have the physical specimen, the abs or whatever you want to call it, but if you don't have the full surrounding picture that goes with it, the mindset, you're just it's empty. It doesn't mean as much. And everything else in your life isn't really, it can be so much better when you have the full picture and you work on that.
Exactly.
Background noise.
Oh.
Hello.
How are we doing on time?
We have probably about 3 minutes, I bet.
Oh, wow. Okay. So story time. I was at the point where I was at 5% body fat. When I was on stage, I was.
Is that even possible? Were you at 5?
It was yeah, and it's unhealthy, and it was very unhealthy on how I got there. Yeah, I looked like a freaking statue, but it wasn't worth it. You know, all of that sacrifice.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's more than a 3-minute conversation. But
it's not worth it. Save it for episode 3 or 4. Whatever. But yeah, it was. It's not worth all of that sacrifice. It's more about a lifestyle, not about a physique. It's about your mental state and having that positivity, kick ass, and doing other stuff. Like that's why we do health and fitness, and that's why we do this. It's not to look a certain way, and if it is, you're gonna find yourself at the end of the road kind of.
And that's good that you brought that up, because I'm glad that I did the show last year, but I'm not doing it again this year, mainly for that I did it, I checked it off the list a little bit, but I don't have this need to
do it right.
We'll have to fix the audio next time. I don't have the need to do that. I like a good balance instead, where I have to go to that extreme to get to a certain part of the physical piece, when there is no such thing as a bodybuilding competition for your mind, I suppose. It's like, there's other things about reading books and taking tests, but you know what I'm talking about. It's different.
Yeah, definitely. And there's more important things in life than how you look. And you do want to look good, and it's okay to want to look good, but you can't maintain the type of thing for a very long time. It takes a lot of sacrifice to be at 5% body fat, so it's about healthy balance. But again,
I think it's great to want to look great, and everyone should try to be in a great physical shape, but that should not be the only reason that you're working out.
Right.
You want everything else that goes around with that, the energy and the confidence and just overall health, your cholesterol levels, and you can be a better everything really by putting that work in. But when you go to the point where if you stayed at that level where you were going, the competition, we're getting a little off track of the power of the words, but this is still a very important piece to talk about, is that you wouldn't be able to maintain that, and you'd have to give up something else along the way.
Oh, exactly. And that's what I realized was other areas of my life are like dropping that I didn't want to drop. And I was like, I got to drop back on fitness, and find a healthy balance, because coming out of that, it was very unhealthy. I got into it was unhealthy. Coming out of it was unhealthy. It was, competing isn't healthy, basically. But anyway,
bring it back around. But when you started, or you chose to compete in this Body Beast competition, what were the words that you said to yourself when you decided to do that? I'm going to give it a shot.
No, I said I'm going to be better than I was last year.
Yeah.
Because I did it before, and I said, you know what? Why not me? Why don't I try and give it all I got? And then I failed, didn't even place. And I did it again, and I said, I'm going to be better than I was last time. It wasn't about winning a trophy for me. Yeah, I wanted to win. It'd be kind of cool. But it was about being better than I was the first time, and I definitely achieved that. So for that, I found my win, and I backed out and not doing it again. So, because I have other priorities in life right now. But anyway.
That's what it's all about. I think our time is up, but the power of your words, it's very important. Don't talk to yourself negatively. I'll talk up to the camera here because I'm looking down. But Don't talk to yourself negatively. If you want to change your life, talk to yourself in positive words first. It makes a huge difference. Any last words, Kevin?
Subscribe.
Yes, subscribe. Everything's down below. This is episode 3. Until next week, in episode 4, we'll have a brand new topic. Have a great week. And if you have any questions, follow the links below. Talk to you soon.